Hey everyone, it's Lorna. Haven't been around much the last couple of weeks. I haven't been feeling very good. Tooth I got filled a few weeks ago was really bothering me, and when I went to the dentist again last week, he decided that the nerve damage was too bad and the filling he put in there wasn't going to work, and I had two choices. I either went to a specialist and spent $1,000 or more to get a root canal, or I get the tooth pulled. So I got the tooth pulled, and it was really pretty painful. Haven't been feeling real good. Plus, John's had a terrible cold. I've had a little bit of it, been trying to fight it. So I haven't been doing a whole lot. But last weekend, my Joann's had a huge grand opening, so to speak, because they've just done a big remodel. I guess a lot of the stores are doing it. And so they had this coupon craze, and everything was 40% off just about. I mean, all their, their scrapbooking stuff, their paper crafting stuff was 40% off. And of course, I didn't really have a whole lot of money, but I did get a few things. I went 3 days in a row. And so I'm just going to show you a few things that I got, and then I'm going to show you my captured fairy that I made. So if I can get this down here. Okay, that's not going to work. Let me tilt this up here. I just got a few more of their little stamps out of the dollar bin. Mainly butterflies, but they're really cute for $1. And then this journaling one here, and then that rose, real cute for $1. Those are the only ones I got. And then I've been messing around with clay that I got. I did go down to my dad's last week and went and visited him for a while and got some more of my mom's stuff, and she was like really into clay, and I brought all this Sculpey and Fimo clay home that had been packed in boxes, and it hadn't even been opened yet, but it had been sitting for so long. I was so upset I got home. It was all dried out. Almost all dried out. I think 3 out of the 40 or 50 packages that were in there were okay. So I ended up throwing it out. But I went and got these little tiny, like little cookie cutter things to use with the clay. And you can use these and make petals out of. And but like I said, I haven't even used them yet because most of the clay is dried out. But I got those 40% or 50% off, use a coupon, and then I got the acrylic roller. Haven't even used it yet because, like I said, I haven't been feeling that great. And the only other thing I guess I really got there was I got 3 sets of these little cat's eye things. I'd been wanting some of these for a while, and they had these all 40% off. And then I finally got some alcohol inks. I'd never used them. I got 2 sets of them. I want to get some that have some of the blues in, but Joann's doesn't have any of those. I'm going to have to go to Michael's, I think, and see if maybe Michael's has some, because Joann's doesn't have a very good selection. And then I also got the gold and silver metal mixatives. I haven't even used those yet. But I have used a couple of the alcohol inks on a couple things. I was just testing them to see what they actually looked like on some flowers. So I just did up these little I Am Roses flowers with each one of them just to see what the colors actually looked like. And they're actually kind of pretty. This one, not so much. That's eggplant. And I don't know. It doesn't really look that great. It looks more like a gray than a purplish or whatever. But anyway, now I want to show you my captured fairy. It's kind of hard to see, of course, with the glare. This container that I put her in is one of the plastic containers that I got all my Prima flowers in just a couple weeks ago. And I just printed the fairy and this background paper off the internet, and I used stickles and did up her wings and some of the details down here. It's really hard to see, but there's water, and it's actually supposed to look like she's sitting on a rock. But when I put her in there, I used some of the terrifically tacky or terribly tacky or whatever. I used this tape. I just put 2 little tiny pieces on it, stuck it down in there with my tweezers, and it attached to the paper before I wanted it to. And once it was in there, I couldn't move it. So she's not sitting down quite as far as I wanted her to. But I don't know, nothing I could do about it. And then inside, this is going to be really hard to see probably. I just took a little piece of styrofoam that came out of one of the lids to one of the tin, or the plastic containers, one of the tin lids. These had styrofoam in them. So I just took one of those that came out, cut it down to size, put a piece of purple felt on it, and then glued all of my flowers and stuff on it before I put it in there. Then I just used my tweezers and wedged it in there. It's not glued down in there, it's just kind of wedged in there. And as you can see, there's just all different kinds of flowers. There's little roses, there's iron roses, there's Michael's, there's a couple little crystals. There's a purple or a pink one there. There's a purple one in there somewhere. There's some clear ones. And there's also down kind of underneath the flowers, which obviously you can't see on here, there's some seashells. I can't even hardly see them myself. They ended up getting kind of buried in the flowers. But anyway, and then let me move this up. On the top, I put another little fairy. It's kind of like her little lonely friend. She's up there kind of sad because her fairy friend is locked in this container. And then there's some more I Am Roses flowers and a butterfly. And on the back of it, just a big cluster of all different kinds of my flowers. Everything from Michael's and I Am Roses and actually I started out around the whole edge of her. I started putting some different colored fibers around it, and it didn't look right, and I couldn't unglue them, so I just buried them in flowers. This little flower right here, and as you can see, I've been playing with ink. My fingers are icky. And this one right here are made out of clay, and then they're colored with alcohol inks. And you know me, if I can glitter it or stickle it and not make it look too overboard, I do. So these flowers have stickles on them. Just some pretty lace trim. Here's some, it's real light purple. I think I'm going to actually put some pearls around here though. And then there's some more of this trim here, which I did like I've kind of framed it all the way around with this, my pretty white trim. Then on the side here is an I Am Roses flower, and I just colored it using the new cat's eyes things I got and made it look like it's two-toned. Some grunge board here that I glittered up with my Beauty. Martha Stewart butterfly, a double layered butterfly. All my butterflies on here are double layered, the black one. And then here's the big one. See, it's a double. And I just glittered the top. I didn't glitter the bottom part. And then this side's the same. Another flower and another piece of the grunge board. And then on the back, here's a piece of purple satin, the lavender colored satin. And I put another little butterfly right here because this is where this beaded trim met. And it didn't meet real good. It didn't look real good. So I put a butterfly on there to cover that. And then some of these hydrangeas in different shades of like purple, and then just some bling, different colors of purple and pink. And let's see, I guess I really didn't do anything else to the inside. I did put some white stickles on the fairy's dress in certain spots. I don't know if this is going to show up when I actually get it, you know, on the computer or not. Hopefully it will. But anyway, so that is my very first captured fairy. I'm thinking about trying to do some in these bottles here, if I can get these cleaned up. They're awful little though, these Prima bottles here. I think I can probably get the tags and stuff off okay if I use my heat gun. Now, you guys know that these things come with a big Prima wrap around them. And it's really, really, really hard to get off. I had another one, and I tried just scraping it off and picking it off, and it wouldn't come off. And I ended up completely ruining the plastic because it just scratched it all up, and it looked all cloudy. So I'm just going to use it for storage. But what I did was I actually used my heat tool, even though this is plastic. I just did it just in little tiny sections and didn't get it too hot, just hot enough to warm that glue up, get it gummy, and then pull it, and it eventually came up. So I got all the stickers off of that way. So I've got like 6 of these bottles. So I'm thinking if I get feeling a little bit better, I might try and make another little fairy out of a couple of those and see how it turns out. So I guess that's about it. I just wanted to show my fairy and see what you guys think and show you my little goodies that I got being broke. At least I got a few alcohol inks now. I think they'll be fun. So I'm going to try and get this up online, and thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.